Hello, I'm here today to talk about an exercise or two for your nervous system. Our nervous system is something that connects all of our body and our brain are completely in relationship and communication with each other. So it's not just our brain talking to our body and telling it what to do. Our body is actually communicating to our brain all the time about the world around us and what we need, so that the brain can then adjust and adapt and give us more of what we need, or maybe shut down parts of the brain so that we can more adequately live in a world where we have things going on that may cause us to have to slow down. So those are the two extremes. One extreme is where our nervous system is really upregulated, we're very high energy, we're very alert, we're in that flight or freeze or fawn response. And then there's the other side where we're very sluggish, we're maybe more hyporeactive. We tend to be more fatigued, overtired, overstimulated, overwhelmed. And it seems like it's very hard for us to find this place in the middle where our body can be at more rest, but also be a little bit awake and alert and creative at the same time. We want to try to spend more time in that state of flow, of course. So what is one great way to do that? Well, obviously we want to get really great sleep, we want to hydrate well, eat those fruits and vegetables, good protein, lean proteins. But aside from that, exercise is one of the #1 ways that you can support your nervous system so that you stay in a little bit more balance around trying to get out of our fight or flight and high stress, high reactive state, and out of that super tired, overwhelmed place as well, so that we can come to the middle and feel a little more like we've got some reservoir to be able to do our life and some awareness to tend to ourselves when we need it, so that we can come down off those high places. So what are some things we can do quickly in the moment that tend to our nervous system? Well, one is to actually breathe. We do breathing all the time. Breathing is a huge piece of information right now that we're all getting information about how to breathe better, breathe more deeply. But even if you were sitting at a desk, or maybe you're standing in line, or perhaps you just have a moment before bed where you're like, I just need something to help me calm myself down. But this is a great way to wake up in the morning too. So these kind of are those types of exercises that can go both ways depending on what you need based on the pace that you do them. So what we're going to do is take your hands behind your head. We are going to stand nice and tall, or if you're sitting in a chair, sit tall. And what we're going to do is just collapse the body. So you're going to bring your core in. We're going to pull the shoulders back, or the rib cage back, separating the shoulder blades, bringing your elbows together. And then we're going to open the chest. We're going to try to pull the elbows back, bring the shoulder blades together, and press the back of your head into your fingertips. We're going to add a breath to this now. So we're going to exhale, collapsing everything and bringing elbows together. We're going to inhale, lift up. So this is just like a cat-cow in yoga, if you were thinking that. Exhale, we come in, bring elbows together, separate the shoulder blades, tuck tailbone and bring ribs in. Exhale, we're going to lift the chest, pull those shoulder blades together. Inhaling deeply. Exhale, bring elbows together. And inhale, pull up. So this can be calming, relaxing, but because we're really opening the chest, if we do this faster, exhale, pull in. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, pull in. Because we're getting that breath moving more, we're going to build more heat and fire and elevate that energy. You can go as fast or as slow as you want here, depending on what your body needs. We're going to go 2 more breaths a little quicker. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Good, letting that out. Another thing you can do, and we're going to do this right now, is just shaking energy out of your arms, kind of shaking your shoulders, shaking your legs out a little bit. It's really good for your nervous system to kind of let energy release out of your body, out of kind of like what's been stuck, what's been held. So it's kind of a funny thing to feel your body shake, but shaking is a really good one to just let it go, let it out. Again, can be both calming because we're releasing a little of maybe what we're holding onto, but can also be very energizing because we're kind of getting things moving quickly. All right, next thing we're going to do is a bit of rocking. So you can literally, and you'll see moms doing this all the time, just rocking, especially if they're holding a baby, but even when they're not, you can see people rocking. You can add a little bit more flow to this. So it might not seem like it's much, but we're going to add a little bit more to this that's going to emulate more of what we do when we walk. So our feet are going to stay wide. That's on purpose to build a nice strong base. We're swinging our arms now, and I'm just purposely kind of getting a little bit more of that forward and back with my arms as I rock side to side. So again, really calming, kind of a sense of grounding ourselves into the earth or into the floor, closing the eyes and just feeling what it's like to just sway. Again, you can take this slower, you can take it faster to try to build a little bit more energy. Depending on the pace, it really tells our nervous system what we're trying to get it to do, either release or build. Okay, so now we're gonna add a leg lift. So we're gonna actually lift opposite knee and hand. Okay, and so depending, again, you can do little lifts, you can take this slow, you can do big lifts and take this a little bit faster. The idea here is that if we're going fast, we're gonna be elevating that heart rate a bit. We're gonna be increasing our heart rate some. We're moving more joints. So when we actually activate more muscles, that actually activates more parts of our brain. It's building more neurogenesis in the brain. Every time we do something new with our body, every time we start to really engage more muscle groups, that's telling your body and your brain to work. So it's not a bad thing to do either one. And the last thing we're gonna do is one more stretch. So we're just gonna hold those arms overhead, or you can put them on top of your head. And what we're gonna do is get a really long torso, pulling the core in, and we're gonna side bend up and over to the side, left and right. Feeling that really good sense of stretch, side to side. And then from here, we're gonna take those arms forward. I want you to try to sit back. So this can be a little squat back, it can be a big one. And we're just gonna pull those shoulder blades together. So we're gonna reach out. Think about really slow squat, sinking down a little lower this time. Draw those shoulders down away from the ears, and now we're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades back. We inhale, we're coming back to that breath again. We exhale, pull back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, forward, grounding into those heels. Exhale, pull back. If you're someone that has a hard time with squats, literally just sit on a chair. Sit to a chair and stand back up. Put a good cushion on there if you need a little more height. Inhale, reach forward, drop those shoulders. Think about sinking low. Exhale, pull in. Shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull back. We're gonna go 3 more a little quicker. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale, pull back. Again, shaking it out. So these are some way to build some breath into a short amount of time in your day, working lots of muscle groups, integrating a lot of total body movement, getting some lateral movement in there slightly with our rocking. So lots of different ways to integrate in very short and simple movements that will help wake up the brain, but also calm the nervous system. Hope that helps. Leave some comments down below if you've noticed a change since moving today with me. Thanks.